Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. This week, Leo, we're going to get in touch with your starseed family, and we're going to specifically ask them about your past, your present, and your future. So we are, of course, going to start with the Starseed Oracle deck. Okay, Leo, I'm looking at your cards as you've just seen them, and I'm kind of getting the impression that there's been, I want to say, like maybe a disagreement or a different viewpoint between you and your significant other, or a significant other to you, like someone that is, it could even be like a sibling as well, because there's like the Lovers, which, I mean, it can be something romantic, and there's a good strong possibility that it is here in your past because you have the King, Queen of Wands. But the Lovers are also about, like, it's Gemini energy, which is also like the third house, which is siblings too. So there's something about that coming through for me. It could have something to do with a sibling, and it could have something like, it could be, you could honestly be either one of these in here. You could be the King or the Queen of Wands. Specifically, I believe Sagittarius is the Knight of Wands, astrologically. Aries is the Queen, and I think Leo is the King. I think, like, astrologically speaking. But we all have a lot of different placements, so it doesn't necessarily have to be that. So whoever you are in this, like, you can identify yourself. But where I really get is, like, it's interesting because if we take the Lovers out, and it's like the King of Wands is sitting here behind his chair, and it almost feels like he's not moving, right? And then the Queen of Wands, she's turned her back to that. So I don't know if you're like trying to come up with, yeah, because, well, what I'm seeing unfolding here, it could have something to do with a home. It could have something to do with moving. But, so here's the funny thing, because too, like the Starseed card that comes out of that, weight of the world, boundaries. Let it go, it's not yours to carry. Trust in the magic with the right white raven. So, again, like, why is he, I always wonder that about this card, like, why is he standing behind the chair? There could be a number of different reasons. And every reading is going to be a little bit different. But this is almost like just not doing something, right? So part of me feels like either the Queen of Wands, I feel like the Queen of Wands wants to do something, but the King of Wands is not participating. And maybe because it's not his problem. Like, it's not, right? It's not his burden to carry. So he's not going to carry that. But what's funny, though, it's because it's almost like, shouldn't these two carry things together? That's the weird thing. But, you know, it doesn't have to be every facet of life that you do. So, yeah, it's really interesting. So that was in the past. So this underlying, too, with the Starseed is trust in the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So a part of me wants to feel like maybe the Queen of Wands, because this is the energy that, like it's on the horse. She's on the horse and she's going in another direction here while he stands behind the chair waiting. So it could be too, like, even the Queen of Wands could be feeling impulsive in this reading. I'm going to just talk about how I feel the Queen of Wands is and the King of Wands is. You identify yourself as whoever you need to be, or maybe this is two aspects of yourself that you're negotiating, your masculine and your feminine, because it's kind of funny to have both of them like that and joined by the Lovers card in a fire sign reading, particularly Leo, because like I said, Sagittarius, I know for sure, is the Knight of Wands, And I think Leo's the king and Aries is the queen. I believe that's how it is. And if Aries is the king and Leo is the queen, I don't think so. It didn't even feel right to say it. But anyway, so I'm just going to keep describing them like that. Queen of Wands this, the King of Wands that. And then I don't know which one you are, but then you're pretty much talked about throughout the rest of the reading. So, okay, time is not running out. I feel like the King of Wands is like that. Like, time is not running out. Everything is cool. Everything is kosher. Don't worry about it. But it's weird. It's almost like the Queen of Wands is worrying about it. And whatever that is, feeling maybe even impulsive energy shows up like right now. Then you have the Great Serving. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So that's funny too, because this feels like, well, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. If you're not going to go, I'm going to go. Or this needs to be done now. So there, yeah, like that energy is definitely here. So it could be, like I said, like a disagreement, very differing viewpoints in something, but that was the past. So something will soften here. So if you've had a disagreement with a partner or somebody that, like, it could be a sibling too. It could even be two. This could be your partner and you could have kids together and there could be some sort of disagreement about how you treat one kid over how you treat the other. Yeah, something going on here like that. Like there definitely is. And I feel like, so it's kind of funny. Because I do. Well, when women get mad, we do. We just kind of like, oh, fuck it. They go in another direction. Or, yeah. So I don't know. But that could also be like, depending on the masculine and the feminine energy. Because you can have a male who could be showing up in a more feminine energy, and you can have a female who's showing up in a more masculine energy. So I feel like the masculine energy is just kind of like staying put. Like, but the feminine's like, screw this shit. Something needs to be done, or I need to do something, or I don't know. Or I don't agree with your perspective, maybe. So the other thing to note is the Four of Wands is at the bottom in the tarot deck. It's the only card at the bottom. So that too, that's, it is like, these are happy times, good times, a celebration. Because it's the Four of Wands, it makes me feel like too, it could be like happening in your own marriage. If you're married with someone, you could even be like in a partnership and maybe you're talking about getting married and you're having an argument about where you would do the ceremony, or maybe you're going to cohabitate with someone, because home is coming up in the present, and then there's almost like an opportunity in the future. So so let's move into the present. You have Harith energy, longing for home, homesick for the stars. That's really interesting. This is so the thing that really stuck out with me on that was home and sick. So, well, somebody could be homesick. That's the other thing. Somebody could actually be homesick, and maybe that's like a bone of contention. I don't know. But there's a sense of feeling impulsive because of home or sickness, or wanting to find a home, or wanting to do something in the home and not being able to do it. And it feels like not being able to do it because of some sort of conflict between either your feminine and masculine sides, or the yin to your yang, or the yang to your yin, literally. And it's making I want to say maybe anxious. There's an anxious feeling here. Magic works through you. So remember that. Magic works through you. I'm going to have to clarify that one. And it might even be like the kind of energy you're producing will produce an outcome for you. So be cautious about that. You have the Tower, Temperance, and the Knight of Swords. So do you remember, this is oh my God, what is this? Something really profound happens. But okay, I need to get my head kind of leveled. I need to find my balance in this. But then there's a sense of anxiety, not impulsivity. And maybe that's what it is trying to temper some impulsive energy after something. I feel like something went on here where there's a completely different opinion about because these two are looking completely different ways. And then we're here in the Tower moment. So it's like the Tower moment is the now, but magic works through you. So it's the scarab beetle. All things hidden become revealed. I'm seeing and hearing that. And when I say I'm seeing and hearing it, I'm just seeing like playing out like sort of the Egyptian hieroglyphic of the sun going down into the underworld while the moon comes above, and like going through a period of mystery and darkness and unknown. And then the moon coming, like the two of them changing and then coming into the light. So you are part of this system. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. In the future, there's an opportunity. Doors are opening, you decide. Rewards, wild card. I feel like it has something to do with this energy right now. Like this homesick. Some of you too, I want to say maybe you've been away from home for quite some time. I don't know, maybe you have a spouse or a partner, or you've been helping a sibling out, away from your home, and you're homesick, like you want to get back home. But it's almost like something's happened here and you realize, well, that's not happening anytime soon. But in the future, something's changing here. It's almost like, well, there's that window of opportunity is what this doors are opening feels like to me. But you decide. There's rewards here, but it's unexpected. It's a wild card. It's something. So it's something that okay. I want to say that maybe the King of Wands, whether they're aware of it or not, maybe that they sense that there's something else that has to be added to the ingredients of what it is that we're doing or what we're trying to decide on. Because this wild card is something that's unexpected. You can't even factor it into the equation right now. So clear out the clutter. Honestly, now that to me though feels like almost like well, you have the Eight of Wands here too. And that's, I want to say like preparing to move. It could be something like preparing to move, clearing out the things that you don't need. Doors are opening, but you decide, like even if you're looking for a home, it could be like looking at different homes and deciding, and then you find the right place, right? So get rid of the shit that you're not going to take with you. If there's a window of opportunity, like if you've been away from home for some reason, like even if it's a partner, maybe they get moved around for their work. And so you guys have not been living in your actual home. I feel like there's an opportunity to come in the future, to come back to whatever that is, the thing that you feel sick for, the thing that you want, that is connected to you. It's connected to, because we think of home and we think of a place of stability, of, well, in its healthy form, right? Because, you know, people can live in homes and they're not that healthy. But I want to say in its healthy form. And maybe that's even it. Like maybe your home hasn't felt healthy. Maybe the dynamic in the home hasn't felt healthy. But there's an opportunity here in the future for that to happen. But it's like clear out the clutter is either A, if you're actually going to be moving, it is to like decide what you're taking and what you're not taking. If it's sort of like a last minute thing and you know you're going home just to do a visit, maybe you can get a couple weeks at home so it can kind of appease whatever this homesick feeling is right now. After those 2 weeks, you will go back to your partner, your sibling, or I don't know, whatever this could be that feels like it's pulled you away from home. I want to honestly say it's almost like, because it's last minute, is you're taking a carry-on. So figure out quickly what you really need for those 2 weeks. You can, you know, wash your underwear every 3 days or 4 days. I just thought, I don't remember who it was. It was probably my grandfather, because he used to have like some of the worst jokes. But it's like, you only really need one pair of underwear, because you wear it like inside out, and then you wear it outside out, and then you wear it inside out back, and it's like, oh my god, you should wash it. There, take 4. I don't know. So There's something about that, right? Like, it's almost like, okay, because you've either got to create available time for yourself to do this, like make a bit of an effort because the reward is there. This is unexpected. You got to move, or you're going to move, and get rid of things that you're not going to take with you. Clear your schedule, get rid of things you're not taking. If it's like a last minute flight, just take the carry-on, It's shit with luggage, right? I don't know if it's gotten any better. But if you're only going for a couple of weeks back home and then your luggage is gone for 4 weeks, what was the point of that? Okay, so these cards you have, the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Moon. The Moon is showing up to me as like the wild card. Could even be a night flight. I don't know. If we are talking about you taking a flight, well, you got the Eight of Wands and the Moon. This could be flying. But I want to say the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands too is almost to me like weighing out like the pros and cons of either making a decision or doing something, or what you're taking with you or what you're not taking with you. And then you're moving, right? Like there's this movement here with the Eight of Wands, but it's the Moon. I want to also say that the Moon is also showing up to say, are you making a choice or a decision in the future based on fear? That's a possibility because there's a lot of, there's tension in the air. And Temperance is almost like just, the tension needs to abide a bit here. The Tower and the Knight of Swords, like there's this tension, and maybe there's even like, it's best that y'all don't talk to each other right now with the Tower and the Knight of Swords with Temperance in the middle. Isn't it kind of funny? Because Temperance, like I said, well, the Sagittarius energy. So now I have like all 3 fire sign energies. That's intense. That is intense. Plus Mars and the Tower. And you even have this, Mars here. I kind of feel like there could be anger on 2 sides here. I feel like the King of Wands could be angry because it feels like there's something that he needs to do, he or she needs to do, and it's almost like they're being pushed to do it, but this is not the right time. But the Queen of Wands is angry because it need to do it now. Why am I seeing that? Why it's not here? Is it? No. Oh, yeah, here. I'm like, why am I hearing that? Because it was in this card. Time is not running out, but I don't know. So, because the King of Wands is behind the chair, I don't think he feels like time is running out, but the Queen of Wands is on her horse and ready to go. So you see what I mean? It's like if somebody feels like they're being pushed too soon, they're going to get upset. It's like, no. But if somebody feels like I need to go now and they're being held back, they're going to get upset. Does that make sense? That's what this feels like. Okay. So now that we've covered that. Oh, what is this? This is a big underline here. Spider spirit. The way I said that sounded funny. Like spider spirit. So I don't know. Make your dreams real. Turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Well, hey, come on. I think she's looking graceful. Funny. Dolphin. This and that are true. Oh my God. I wasn't sure about that. Like, because when I shuffle the cards out, I take a brief second to just look at them, but I can't sit here and just stare at the cards and get the message. Like, I have to talk through it. And if I'm talking through it and I'm not recording, it's kind of a waste of time. So, like, I'll look quickly and, like, I will get, like, the subtlety of the reading in the first few seconds. And then literally I just go right to you and let's just do this together. But this wasn't making sense to me. Now it is, because this and that are true. What did I say? It's like the King of Wands is like, no, I'm not coming behind the chair. I can't do this right now. That's true. But the Queen of Wands, I need to do this right now. That's true. There's the problem. There's the problem. Whale spirit, trust the great mystery. Right? And then you have trust in the magic. Magic works through you. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Well, somebody's going to have to do. I want to say both of them. Maybe the King of Wands needs to move a little bit faster and the Queen of Wands needs to slow down. Could be. I don't know if either one can actually do that. I don't know what your circumstances are, so. You know, too, it's almost like this. Like I'm seeing Um, okay, I'm seeing like a lion and a lioness. I don't know what would predate them. A giant Siberian tiger. And how those two would come together, I don't know. Maybe they were in a zoo and the cages got open. So, right, because Siberian tiger is friggin' huge, man. It's like twice the size of a male lion. They're really big. I think we have a tendency to think that the lion is the biggest, but tigers are huge. So there's something about that, right? Like if you, because these two, they're the lovers too. So they are the lovers. They're connected. Well, they're holding hands here, but now they're not. No, they're not holding hands because there's something, both of them are connected, but their circumstances are playing out differently. So let's say they both wandered out of the cage, right, at the zoo. And, oh, okay, well, wander out of the cage. And then, like, something happens, the big Siberian tiger jumps, and the Queen of Wands goes that way, and the King of Wands goes that way, right? And it's almost like he's hiding behind a boulder. I don't want to say he's not brave, but he's also not stupid. So, but the Queen of Wands is kind of like on the top of a ridge or something. And she can tell that the tiger can see her. So she shouldn't really stand out in the open, right? Like, I need to go because the tiger's here. I know from this distance I can outrun the tiger. But if I wait much longer, I will not outrun the tiger and the tiger could get me and then I'm dead. So I kind of need to get going. But then the King of Wands is like, yeah, but I'm behind the boulder. If I jump out right now, the tiger's right there and he'll see me. I can't go. Well, I gotta go. I can't. Isn't it interesting? This is a really interesting reading because this and that are true. So maybe that's why I just need to trust in the magic. You and whoever this is. That split, no. The Strength card and the Eight of Wands, right? Like one is held back, one is holding back, one is persevering, one is exhibiting self-control, and then the other one is in movement. Okay. So what is this? Why is he standing behind the chair? Well, because there's a big tiger there. The King of Wands. Ooh, the Three of Swords. The Queen of Wands. She's got like a look on her face. I need to put my glasses on for that. Just a second. I did snort. Okay, it's not as pronounced. Maybe I need to do readings with glasses on and then glasses off. It looked like a bit of a, like that. I don't know. It looked like it. So the King of Wands has got like the heartbreak card here. The Queen of Wands. She's got Temperance in reverse. She's got Temperance in reverse. But this is what I'm saying. This is such a conundrum. Because that tiger, I don't know what it is, but it symbolizes something. You know, and if this is a family dynamic, let's say your partner, you guys have been moved across state or province or towns or something, and you're not living in your hometown. And maybe, I don't know too, it could even be something like maybe somebody's sibling is not doing well or somebody's parent. Like there's something here about that too. Or I want to say children, I think Gemini is kind of like the adolescent energy. So it could be like too, like let's say you've got kids and maybe one of the kids, like I want to say they're old enough that you don't have to be home. So, you know, maybe they've graduated university, college, but something's not like, there's this sense the Queen of Wands feels, because she's got Temperance in reverse, and she's on the horse, like she's ready to go. So why? I just feel like maybe there's something wrong here and I need to stay on top of this. But the King of Wands is like, well, I can't. If I do that, I will get fired. I can't leave right now. But like, there's something different. Very different. Something's come here. So the Lovers, that's the energy between them. Oh, the Five of Wands. Well, I don't know. Maybe there isn't even. The Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. It's trying to work backwards. I've had that come out a couple of times this week. Yeah, they're not seeing eye to eye on something. Oh, what's really interesting too is, right? So the Lovers and the Four of Wands, they're mirrored numbers. 6 and 4 in Roman numerals. But the 5... So the 1, without considering the 1, I don't know. And maybe the 1 represents like the consideration of the other, each one considering that. I don't know. Strength card is at the bottom again. So let's move these down. All right, it was more fun looking at without my glasses. I see more interesting facial expressions. Cool. Okay. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. That's right now. The Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So that's interesting. There's a sense of an opportunity or some sort of a new beginning, but it's not going anywhere. Or it's stuck. Or it could be like saving your money. The Four of Pentacles can be about saving your money. Maybe you're trying to save for something. Maybe there's a disagreement here on money use. Magic works through you. Whoa, that was weird. The Ace of Wands, the Tower, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I don't know which one you are, Leo, the King or the Queen. But, and remember, like, even if you're female, like, I want to say too, like, maybe even the King of Wands is working through something here, like something emotional. I just need a hot minute. And the Queen of Wands is like, now, need to go now. So, you know, I don't want you to look at this reading like, oh, I'm female, so this is me. Like, just look at it as the energy. Because, okay, this is your reading. Magic works through you. The Ace of Wands, the Tower, and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you might have an idea here. So it's kind of like if magic works through you, maybe you should execute this idea. And again, the funny thing is it's the Ten of Pentacles, which could have something to do with a home. The Tower. So let's look at the Tower. The Nine of Swords. Oh, yeah. Temperance. That's mental anxiety. And sometimes I forget that there are people coming here that maybe have never seen a tarot reading before. The Nine of Swords, there's a lot of anxiety, worst case scenarios. But I want to say that I feel like this is coming from both ends. Temperance. The Eight of Wands and the Hierophant. Oh, there's the 5. It's like a trail of numbers here. So waiting. No, this Hierophant, he looks like he's holding his hand up. He's not allowing something to move forward. So I'm wondering if that's connecting with the king. So some sort of responsibility. So it could be like that. Like it feels like that. Like some sort of responsibility. Not right now. The Knight of Swords. But you know, this is funny too, because these are two fiery people. So, I mean, it's really hard to tell either one what to do or not to do. You're dealing with fire signs. Knight of Swords. The Five of Swords and the Hermit. There's this, oh, okay. I don't know, maybe, where'd that come from? Because now that almost feels like, well, if you, I don't know. I feel like right now you're struggling with this tension. I want to say that maybe you're the King of Wands, which would be accurate, because it's coming out here like you have an anxiety and like you're trying to temper things, right? But the Queen of Wands is not. She's on her horse. She's temperance in reverse, which to me is not patient or lost patience. And maybe there's something that you're working on here by yourself, or there's something that you're like an answer that you've come up with, but I feel like you're keeping it to yourself, right? Because there's this sense of anxious energy to stop being the hermit. And it just feels funny to me because unless there is distance between these two, maybe it is like, when are you coming home? If somebody's been traveling or somebody's been doing something, it's more like, I don't know, when, I don't know. So, yeah, okay. What the heck is all over this card? That's weird. Is that a water stain? No. It's part of the card? Sorry. I'm trying to figure that out. The moon has these dots in a row, leading from the left corner up to the moon. I think they're water. It's like little water stains. I don't know if it picks it up, but to me it seems significant now. Leading from the left corner to the moon. Maybe that means something to somebody. Maybe it means absolutely nothing. Let's see. Okay, portal. In the future, doors are opening, but you decide. So it's up to you. Doors are opening. Well, it's the World in reverse. Yeah, there's something that has to be resolved here. Something that has been left unfinished. Clear out the clutter. The Seven of Swords. Maybe there is something that you are hiding here. Maybe it is your heart, like a broken heart. The Six of Pentacles. The Page of Swords and the Three of Cups. Okay, there's something coming in here about this. Now, I don't know. Whatever. If, I want to say whoever the more masculine energy is, it seems to be you. But there is something here about maybe you're holding, I don't know if you're holding on to money or you're saving money and you don't want to do something with it. And maybe this is part of a disagreement that you have with someone important and very significant to you. Because now this is like, the release. But the release seems very weighed. With the Page of Swords and the Three of Cups, it seems very like weighing this out or seeing what it is. Maybe you're like looking at what this partner wants to do. It could be a little more balanced. It could be, well, I can give a bit on my side if you can give a bit on your side, you know, like that. Because, well, then actually it is, and it's bringing these energies together. Okay, that actually feels a little bit better. It might be that. It might be, okay, if both sides give a little, whatever that means. But it seems to be like somebody observing and understanding, because the Page of Swords and the Three of Cups, like, oh, okay, I know what I need to give, where I need to give. And that creates movement. Where? I don't know. It's the moon. But let's see. The Eight of Wands. The Hanged Man. Oh, Lord. The Moon. Wow. Oh, my God. The Six of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. No, this is waiting for movement. This is honestly waiting for movement. Oh, are you waiting for movement? Oh, so there's, oh boy. Okay. This is almost like, okay, so here's what I see. So the King of Wands isn't moving, doesn't want to move or can't move, whatever that is. The Queen of Wands wants to move, needs to move, has to move, whatever that is. And there's a disagreement in that between these two. The Queen of Wands is showing up as impatient. The King of Wands is showing up as heartbroken, because I don't think either one of them, well, yeah, it's just, it is what it is. This and that are true. So, okay, this Hierophant is holding up his hand. There can't be movement. You got to wait for movement. That's right now. But I want to say it's almost like movement becomes possible, but then it doesn't happen. And that's like in the future, it's almost like a sense of stubborn energy. Like, no, I'm not going to. Like, that's what it feels like. Because there's something about, I don't know, the look on her face, like she's had enough of this shit, or I don't know what it is. But that's the thing too, because I feel like either one of you, you know, when you try to tell a fire sign to do something, no, they're going to do it when they're ready to do it. Particularly, depending on how fiery they are, you know, because y'all could, like, maybe you, I don't know, you could have different placements that kind of balance that out. But now it's almost like waiting to do, it's, oh shit. It's, so I want to say it's like you come up with the solution. You observe what it is that your partner, this person, needs to create a balance between the two of you. But then you're sitting here waiting for the movement, for them to come back into the room, to have the discussion. And you don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know. Holy shit, Leo. Oh, there's, yeah. Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and Judgment. I want to say too, like somebody might be dealing with a lot right now, more than maybe their fair share of something, in kind of building something in some sort of cooperation or collaboration, and we need a judgment here. We need a new beginning. So that's interesting. It does feel like somebody is carrying like too much in some sort of collaborative effort, and there needs to be a judgment. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like both of these individuals feel like they're carrying too much. This is a rock and a hard place. I'm going to go do the extended. So, what is your next assignment via your star seed family? Okay, what your star seed family, because they have the broader picture. That's why they're here. I think that's really interesting, actually, because they're meant to, like, kind of, I guess, help us with the broader picture, the broader perspective. I do feel like also they're connected to Akashic Records because they're sort of in the spiritual, the universal realms. So what your next assignment is and why. All right, Leo, till next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.